after a good win in the end last week.
Yeah, it was a great win and a great game. To get that win at that particular stage in a big game was certainly a big lift for the group, and having some warm weather this week with training, the group's up and about, and it's been really good.
Do you risk Josh this week, or do you?
No, we won't risk him. So we know we've got a double chance. So he's training. He's not training 100% yet, so the chances are pretty slim. He wants to play, but we're not going to play him unless he's 100%. So he'll probably get closer to 100% tonight, but one training session is probably not going to get him to that stage. He had a bit of a hiccup 2 weeks after it, so that's why he's not playing.
It was one of those. If it was a situation where he did have a double chance, you'd probably risk him though.
Yeah. I reckon he could get through. But he'd be nervous the whole game, so we don't want him to play nervous. We want him to play and be confident that he's right and his body's right. And so, if he didn't have that hiccup a couple of weeks ago, he just bent down at home, and he just felt it again. So that put him back. So otherwise, he'd be playing now. But we're just not prepared to risk him. He's too important to us in a big game. So
it was last week, I guess, a pressure releaser in a way, given the way things. I know you said it's always been upbeat, but obviously get to sing the song again and maybe release the shackles to hopefully move.
I think so. I said all the way through, the boys have been up and about, and there certainly hasn't been any moping around and that sort of stuff. But it certainly allows them to play a little bit freer now. Having a win in a finals and when you've been struggling and we were struggling, so that's the form suggests that we're playing pretty crap. But to be able to get that win, there's a little bit more belief in the group, and I think it probably just frees them up a little bit.
How vital is that belief going to prove this weekend, mate? Can you beat those guys up in Launceston?
Well, you wouldn't think so, because they're pretty good, aren't they? I think their percentage is something like 50 ahead of everybody else, so 50% better than everyone else. So, We always know it's going to be a tough game, and I think somebody asked me last year, you've lost 2 grand finals, and you go into the next season probably playing the best team we've seen for a long time. You could lose another one, and we possibly could because they're a bloody good team, but we actually go up there really confident. We've played 3 games, won 2, and our group doesn't take a backward step, and I think everybody knows that. So we'll go up there and put our best foot forward and have a good crack at them. And the boys will be confident. They're certainly confident in each other, the way they go about their business. So it's a tough assignment to go up there. A little bit better on a neutral ground. So, but yeah, it's pretty tough.
Does that take the edge off? Getting them at Windsor rather than New Tas, and is that playing to your hands in any way, do you feel? Or?
Well, it's the same old one. It's like playing Glenorchy at KG5. Do you lose the game because you're playing at KG5, or do you lose the game because you're playing a good team? I actually think it's because you're playing a good team. And people come down to our home ground, but we've only lost 5 games for the whole year, so we're winning games away from the tip as well. So because I believe we're a good team as well. So you come up against the team, I think it's got more to do with you're actually playing the best team in the competition, and that's why people struggle. It's not because it's at UTAS or at the tip.
Had some comments about the sniping last time. Asked Brad Cockbridger about it this morning when we spoke to him, and he denies that they're a sniping team. Will there be extra feeling in this game, do you think, after what happened last time?
I don't think they're a sniping team. I think there were some hits that were probably a little bit late and off the ball. So we certainly don't view them as a sniping team, and that can happen in any game. So but they'll be able to play footy. We're not concerned about that. That was 6 weeks ago. So there's not a big drama with that. And we certainly don't believe they're a team of snipers, that's for sure. We believe that they're a bloody good football team, and we'll treat them as that and pay the due respect that they've earned over a long period of time.
Do you expect them to maybe try and sucker a few of your boys in with some of those snipes off the ball?
No.
Distracting you from your game plan or anything like that?
No. That doesn't happen. I think that contest is there the whole time. There was lots of contests on Saturday there where guys went in, stuck up for their teammates in a push and a shove and that sort of stuff. And that happens through finals and in roster games. But we certainly won't lose focus of where we're at. And it certainly didn't happen last time. They were just better than us on a tip day with 3 inches of mud and 20 mils of rain falling. So they just handled those conditions better than we did at that particular day. It certainly didn't have any impact on the game.
A lot of their players have played finals, but a lot haven't played TSL finals as well. A lot of you guys have.
Yep.
Will that be an advantage to you?
I think you learn as you go along. You certainly take things out of the season and your journey. I think the journey that we've had is an interesting one, where we've been runners up 2 years in a row, and from last year we come from nowhere, from fifth, and had a really good crack at it. I think we're in a pretty good position at the moment. It's probably the best position we've been in to continue on. But I think we learn a lot and what it takes. That they obviously know what it takes, but they've got a lot of new players into their team as well. But we've certainly learnt as we go along, and we've had a few honest discussions through this year about parts of the grand final that we got wrong and that we want to continue to fix up. And I think we've been able to do that over this year.
Other than, I guess, with Josh on the thing, where's Ryan at, mate? Will he get up? Or?
No, Ryan won't. I don't doubt we'll play again this year. He's got a quad, but I don't think he'll play again this year. So
Loss, obviously, with his flexibility and what he can bring to the team for you guys.
Who's that? Right. Yeah, look, he can play both ends and play on a smaller or a tall forward and go up in the forward and kick some goals. So that's really disappointing for Ryan and the team, because he gives us that flexibility to go both ends of the ground, and he can even go through the midfield, and he's got super skills coming off the back line. So that certainly hurts us a little bit. But at the end of the day, you throw the team out there, and our twos are playing some really good footy, and some guys are in really good form at the moment. So I reckon we've got a couple of guys that can come in. There's a couple of guys got dropped over the last week or two that will probably come back in and be able to play those roles as well.
Have you made that decision yet, or is that?
Yeah, we have. So pretty much 90% sure who will be coming in, but obviously those guys don't know. So that's a good thing for a Thursday night selection, that the guys get a bit of a surprise when they get named, and although they'll probably know through training with the way we train, but it's still a good surprise for the whole group when you announce it on the night.
So on the game last week, the standard of umpiring for a final, was that up to standard?
Look, it's funny. Young Burgee played on pretty much in the goal square and got the ball smothered, and that was a bit of a mistake. He did it 5 minutes before and kicked the goal. Did it again up the other end. So I think the players make just as many mistakes as the umpires, and as long as their coach is working with them, I think that's what we want. I think that's the key. If they've made mistakes, highlight it, fix it, and move on.
Is it enough being done behind the scenes, coaching-wise?
I'm not sure, mate. I to be honest, I just look out. I've got enough to look after our players and our club and that sort of stuff, and we certainly don't get fed any of that feedback that the umpires get. So I'm not sure what happens behind the scenes there.
Just on that, mate, the umpiring last weekend, what did you make of it for a final?
I mean, we sort of registered some concerns with AFL Tas, and credit to them, they'd already done some stuff behind the scenes around it, so that was good. Something that's happened this year is like the TSL management has really encouraged their umpiring department to give more young umpires a go, and us as coaches have really supported that. We all agree that we all know that there's been probably a lack of umpires. There's been low numbers, and so they're really trying to drive young umpires through. And I think that's a good thing, because you give them more experience, they're going to get that opportunity to improve quicker, and that's going to help everybody. Helps the competition, hopefully help them generate more numbers coming through, through word of mouth. I think the thing for me is, what probably concerns me is we don't have a full-time umpires manager in Tasmania. And so you sort of say, is the support there for those young umpires? To me, that's the real critical question, because we do have some good young umpires, but whether they continue to go upward or they drop away probably depends on the support they get. And so I know last year Gillon McLaughlin came down and said money's no object. So I think we should take him up on that offer and, go out there and find a really good, experienced full-time umpires manager who can be really riding shotgun with these young umpires and help them get better. And I think if we did that, I think there's going to be a huge improvement in the standard of umpiring. And I think we've got the young umpires who can make really good progress if we do that. So, that if AFL Tas asked me, that's what I'd say. Let's really invest in those young umpires by getting them the right support and full-time support. Someone with great experience who's been there before and can give them that advice in the tough situations they're in. And, I think the future will be good from an umpiring point of view if we do that.
What was disappointing about last weekend particularly? Was a few incidents, was there, that you put in? Or?
Yeah, I won't go into too much details about that because that would probably take away from Lauderdale. It was a great game of footy. It was there for both teams to win. In the end, they sort of, made some critical plays late in the game. Our guys did as well, and we had our chances to get it, but when the siren went, they were in front and, they earned the opportunity they get this week, and now we've got to dig deep and, get the job done on our own home turf, and, then we'll get a crack at either them or North Lonnie the week after.
The past two results at KG5 against Lauderdale of concern. Have you identified what went wrong in both those games?
Yeah, we did, and it's probably two games where just our defensive intensity hasn't been at the level that it usually is and was well below it. So, it's one of those ones where Lonnie can move the ball incredibly well. They really take the game on. They're set up well ahead of the footy, and so that they can put a heap of pressure on your defence very quickly. You add to that their midfield who get the ball and get it going forward hard, and then they chase it hard. So if you're on the back foot, you've got numbers coming at you, and you end up playing a lot of the game on the back foot. So it's really important that we, are just as aggressive around the ball, but also aggressive in the way we counter-attack. It's going to be really important for us because Launceston are a good team. And I think because it just took them a little while at the start of the year to click into gear. They brought in a few new players. They had some senior players coming back. I think some people sort of, pushed them down the pile a little bit, but their talent is excellent and their organisation and their structure is really good and the way they take the game on is really good. So it's going to be a big challenge, but our guys know that we didn't put our best foot forward when we played them last time. So we go in there confident.
If you're a bookmaker, would you have your guys as favourite?
No, I'm not a bookmaker.
Do you feel as though you deserve to be favourites?
I don't even believe in favourites. Like last week there was that talk, I can't remember who it was saying, do we have the wood on Lauderdale? Because we'd beaten them the time before. But when you've got really good football teams, some days you get on top of them, some days they get on top of you. You roll into the next one, you plan, for how you want to play against them. But on that day, either team can win. And that's the case here. Both ourselves and Launceston will go into this game really confident that if we play well, we've got a really good shot at winning.
Forward line looked pretty good in the team of the year yesterday for you guys.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
Key to your bow on the weekend, do you think?
I think the key against Launceston's the middle of the ground. That's where they really try and own territory on you. So they win hard ball, they get it going forward, and they keep it going forward. So you got to win at the coalface, like I said, or you end up chasing and you end up under pressure. So to me, it's those guys around the ball, and we've got some pretty good ones there. And last weekend was a great midfield battle between the two teams. Our stats had clearances dead even, and I thought that reflected the battle. We need our guys to step up. Could be some wet weather footy, and so that makes things a little more basic. But our guys understand what their strengths are. It's probably something over the last month our midfielders really, after being a bit interrupted during the year, they've really clicked onto what their strengths are, and I think we back them in.
Personnel-wise, pull up guys seems to be a week to week. Confident that any sore bodies will get up and any doubts over guys?
Yeah, this time of year there's always doubt at this time of the week. We'll know more. It'll be tomorrow night, I reckon, before we finalise the team. So we'll just wait and see. A couple of guys with concussion, a couple of guys just with tightness and niggles. It's one of those where so far in the week it's been about recovery and just getting a bit of touch. And doing a little bit of preparation off the field about Launceston. So tonight we'll really, up the intensity with training, and that's where guys will know where they're at. Good. Thanks, guys.